All right, welcome back to the podcast. For those of you just tuning in, this is Rich Cousinz. I'm here to help you stop making excuses and start building a life you're actually proud of.
And I'm John. I was talking to a friend this week, and he's got all the talent in the world, but he's just stuck. He feels like he's going nowhere. It's a feeling I think a lot of our listeners can relate to.
That's the core of it, isn't it? Everyone is searching for a magic button to press, but it's never about one big secret. It's about a handful of fundamental shifts in how you see the world. So today I want to talk about 5 of them. 5 uncomfortable truths that, if you can actually embrace them, will change everything.
Uncomfortable truths. I'm a little nervous, but let's do it. What's the first one?
Number 1, kill your delusion.
Kill your delusion. That's a strong start. What do you mean by that? Is it about giving up on big dreams like becoming the next Steve Jobs?
Not at all. It's about killing the small, comfortable lies you tell yourself, the ones that keep you from even starting. I'm too busy. I'm not an expert yet. I'll wait until the new year. These are the little delusions that protect your ego but poison your future.
The someday trap. I know that one well. For years, I told myself I wasn't a morning person. It was a convenient excuse to not wake up early and work on my own project.
Exactly. And that story, I'm not a morning person, feels true, but it's a delusion. My own was I'm not a natural leader. I used it to avoid taking on responsibility for years. But the truth was, I was just scared of failing in front of people. Killing that delusion and stepping up anyway was the first real step I took towards building my own business. You have to identify the lies you tell yourself.
So it's really about taking a hard look in the mirror and being honest about the excuses we make. That's tough, but I get it.
Your potential is buried under those delusions. You have to get a shovel and start digging, which leads me to number 2. And this one might sting a little. You have to be willing to replace your friends.
Hang on, replace them? That sounds brutal. These are people you care about.
It's not about being brutal. It's about being honest. You've heard that you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with, right? It's a cliche because it's dead on. If your inner circle is constantly negative, unambitious, and stuck, where do you think you're headed?
You start to think that's normal, that it's okay to just get by.
It becomes your default setting. And look, it's not that your friends are bad people, but if you decide you want to get in shape and your friend's idea of a good time is pizza and video games every night, you're going to struggle. Their goals are not your goals. You're swimming against the current.
So what's the move? Do you just ghost your old friends? Or is it about finding new people, like joining a community or a mastermind group?
Both. You gradually spend less time with the people who pull you down, and you intentionally seek out people who pull you up. Go where your ambitions are the norm, not the exception. It's not about cold-hearted replacement. It's about intentional elevation.
I like that distinction. It's not about cutting people off, but about consciously curating your influences. Okay, I'm with you. What's number 3?
Number 3, follow your envy.
Follow your envy. Okay, that one feels wrong. My mom always told me envy was a poison.
It is if you let it turn into resentment. But envy itself is just a signal. It's a roadmap pointing directly to what you want. You don't get envious of people who have things you don't care about. You get envious when you see someone living a life you wish you had. It's a signpost from your own gut.
So when I see someone crushing it on a project I wish I had started, that feeling is actually a clue.
It's the best clue you'll ever get. Instead of feeling bitter, get curious. Ask yourself, what do they do to get there? Deconstruct their path. I used to be incredibly envious of a mentor's network. It seemed like he knew everyone. But instead of just stewing in that, I started watching him. He was a master at building relationships. So I started copying his methods. That envy became my education.
That makes so much sense. It's about shifting from a passive negative emotion to an active positive strategy. What's next?
Number 4 is to find your pain.
Find your pain. I don't know, man. I think I'm pretty good at avoiding pain. That's kind of the goal, right?
It's the goal for comfort, but not for purpose. The things you've struggled with the most are the very things that give you a unique advantage. Your deepest pain is the source of your most powerful message. It's the problem you were put on this earth to solve.
So, if I struggled for years to learn how to manage my money, that experience is actually a strength?
Exactly. Who are you going to trust more for financial advice? Some trust fund kid who's never had to budget, or the person who dug themselves out of debt and built their own wealth? The person who's been in the trenches has the credibility. I'll give you a personal example. The first business I ever started was a total disaster. I made every mistake in the book and I lost a significant amount of money. It was humiliating. For a while, I saw that as a massive failure, a black mark on my record. But years later, when I started consulting for other startups, what do you think was the most valuable thing I had to offer? It wasn't my successes, it was my failures. I could tell them exactly what not to do. I could see the mistakes they were about to make because I had made them all myself. Your struggle is your story, and that story is what people will pay for.
That's a huge mindset shift. Your biggest weakness can become your greatest asset. I love that. What's the last one?
The last one is the most practical and maybe the hardest. Number 5, learn to say no.
Okay, this is the one that gets me. I'm a people pleaser by nature. Saying no feels like I'm letting someone down.
And that's why it's the most important one. Every time you say yes to a coffee meeting you don't want to take, you're saying no to an hour of work on your own project. Every yes to a distraction is a no to your ambition. You have to understand that your time is a finite resource.
Wow, putting it like that, it reframes everything. A yes to them is a no to me.
A no to your future self. The most successful people I know aren't the busiest, they're the most focused. They say no to almost everything. It's not about being rude, it's about having a mission that's so important to you that you can't afford to be distracted. You have to become the guardian of your own time.
That really brings it all full circle. You can't kill your delusions or find a new circle of friends if you keep saying yes to the same old invitations and habits.
That's it. That's the framework. So let's run it back one more time. 1, kill the comfortable lies you tell yourself. 2, elevate your inner circle. 3, use your envy as a compass. 4, turn your past pain into your purpose. And 5, say no to everything that doesn't move you forward. It's not easy. It's supposed to be uncomfortable. That discomfort is the feeling of growth.
Man, that's a lot to take in, but it's powerful stuff. So, for everyone listening, maybe the challenge for this week is to just pick one. Which one of these feels the most uncomfortable for you? Start there.
That's the work. Don't just be a passive listener. Pick one and take one small action this week. That's how it starts. Thanks for tuning in to Rich Cousinz. We'll see you next time.